Okay, so here it goes. Part two, what is Christian hip hop? I asked the God Over Money Camp and my boy Chris Chicago. So you heard part one from the RMG group and a few others. Now you're gonna hear part two. What is Christian hip hop described by Bizzle, Datin, Selah the Corner, and a few others, Chris Chicago from Engine Radio, who's a radio program director. So this ought to be good. Y'all check this out.
For me, see, it's hard, right? Because the first and foremost thought is ministry. For all of us, this also entails, for some it's a hobby, for some it's a job as well, but it's still an avenue through which one will minister. You know, especially for me, right? If you met me off this, I'm an introvert. I keep to myself. I'm mad quiet. I don't talk much at all. People who know me know this, right? God gave me this way to be able to fulfill the commission he also gave me, right? He's going to give you an assignment. He's also going to give you a way to complete that assignment. This Christian rap is the way that he gave me to fulfill my assignment. And then through that, I started ministering, and to the point where, like, there's people who tried to book me for shows and said I couldn't speak. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing the show if I can't speak in between my songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a way. Music is influential, period. We know that we've seen the influence that secular hip hop has had on culture, so we know that it's powerful. We've seen people in different cultures, overseas, in China, and all these different places that dress and talk and they swag is just like us out here, but they've never been here and we've never been there. Why? Because the music, it just is influential. So if it has that power, I don't think it loses that power once you start to do it for God. If anything, I think it's a lot more powerful than it can be. So, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's light and dark. We soldiers of light and we out here fighting. And CHH is just one of the many ways that we go to war, you know what I'm saying, on behalf of the Lord.
Why do you think it's necessary that there is CHH, that title? Like, in what circumstances, or when is it needed, or when is it necessary, and why is it even an issue for some people to say, yeah, I'm CHH, but you know, if I'm over here, I might rock with secular cats. I mean, you know, why is it is it necessary to
So I think it's different for different people, right? I think some people don't like the accountability that it comes with automatically, right? Like, you can go off right now as a rapper, you go in the club, you chilling, you dancing on a chick, you doing stuff that you probably shouldn't be doing, and nobody's gonna say anything, right? If you're a Christian rapper and you go and you do that, because people see you as a Christian rapper, they're gonna hold you accountable to the standard of being a Christian in public. And everywhere you go, you have to be Christian and you can't stop being one. Most people don't like that type of pressure all the time. So they wanna, I'm gonna take this off. Like, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? For some people, it's that.
What about the marketing? What about the marketing aspect of it? People not wanting to be in the box because you can't reach as many people, they say.
I don't think that it's not. I don't think it's that you can't reach certain people. I think that it does present an obstacle, right? I feel like, I don't know, people be like, oh, you in the box, you in the box. I feel like I can rap my way out that box. I feel like anybody on GOM can rap their way out of that box. I feel like some people are afraid they can't. You know what I'm saying? It's different for different people, like I said. Your talent can override that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I came out, it was mad people. You know how many people be like, yo, I ain't no Christian or nothing. I don't believe in God, but that was hard. Be hard then. Go in. And they're going to see that through all of it. You know what I'm saying? But then there's the other side of things where it does present an obstacle that some may see unnecessary, right? I had people take me to BT, and, you know, we want to get our music in front of the world. The moment they heard Christian rapper, oh yeah, man, my man who does Sunday's Best. Well, I'm not a gospel artist. I don't do Sunday's Best. I need to be on 106 and Park. I need to be over here. You know what I'm saying? with the radio, even out here in Texas.
So
People
how do
was
you
like,
have,
yo, Jesus it might offend people. And I'm like, what you mean? You talk about, like, these cats are talking about drugs, sex, murder, that ain't offensive? So there are doors that will shut as soon as Jesus' name is brought up, as soon as, you know what I'm saying? Because we do face a live and active enemy who wants to block off what we're trying to do and who we're trying to promote, which is Jesus.
So-
I'm one who is up for the task. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing, right? I'm married. No matter where I go, I'm married. I don't care what type of opportunity, there's no party that I can go to where they be like, yo, man, if you married, and I'm gonna take my ring off and put it in my pocket and walk up in that party. I'm gonna be like, man, get your party, bro. Like, if my wife can't come, I'm not coming. Kill your invite, I'm not coming. And that's how it is. Like, if Jesus can't come, I'm not coming.
Gang, 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 gang.
Straight up. It's just what it is.
even if it means you could profit more, make more money,
I gave up on that a long time ago. That's where the God over money came from. I was making profit doing some stuff God did not approve at all. If it's about profit, go to where you feel like the profit is. You know what I'm saying? But
Profit is about perspective too, because profit to me might be a stack. Profit to somebody who's starving in the nation might be a glass of water and some bread. So it's all about what you see as profitable, what you see as valuable. I value my soul more than I value anything these people can offer me. Like, period. You know what I'm saying? So me going to sleep at night, for the first times in my life, going to sleep at night peacefully, knowing that I'm operating in my purpose and my genre, that's the most valuable thing ever to me, man. To have peace. Okay, if I wasn't nobody, man, I could get money. I got money for the enemy all day, every day, like, with nothing. Now I got everything. You think I'm going back to that? Never, man. Not for no genre change. Never that, bro.
there you have it.
Christian hip hop to me is an excellent community of artistry, the most excellent community of artistry there is. You know, like I said before, like, Christian hip hop artists and Christian hip hop fans are the best artists and have the best taste in music. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fans have the best taste in music because you're resisting so many outside forces that are constantly trying to convince you that the faith is whack, the faith is a fraudulent thing, you know, Christ is fraud and all of this stuff, and you're able to fight past that and reach out and find the best artists that make the best music for the best God. You know what I'm saying? So it's all around dope.
What makes you Christian hip hop, and what is the outcome expected from Christian hip hop artists?
What makes me Christian hip hop is my loyalty to the name. Like, I don't pump fake on that. Like, I'm a Christian hip hop artist, and I believe there's a lot in the name. You know, I'm not knocking nobody else's thing, but as for me and what I do, what makes me that is my lifestyle, my music, and my claiming it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I claim this. So that's what it means to me. And what's expected of us is that we tell people about God. That's our job. You know what I'm saying? And music is an extra benefit for that. You know what I'm saying? It's a secondary thing. It's a conduit by which we communicate Christ's love. So that's what's expected of us, and it's been a dope situation.
And why do you think there's a need for this classification, Christian hip hop?
Because classification, like, people can't say classification isn't necessary for Christian hip hop, but it's necessary for everything else. Like, when I was in the trap, like, yo, what block you from? You know what I'm saying? I needed that clarification. I needed that classification. Because if you said the wrong thing, I had to get active. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what kind of sneakers you wearing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that mattered. You know, where you get them sneakers at, what they call, that matters. It matters in every other thing. You know, when you ask people what your name is, you tell them your name. You don't tell them no other crazy name that, you know what I'm saying? Because it matters. They need to know who you are. That's your purpose. That's your identity. So you can't say it matters in all them other situations, but nah, it don't matter here. Nah, it matters to me. I need people to know what time it is when they look in my eyes. And that's why it definitely is a big deal to me.
So, what Christian hip hop is to me, it is essential. It is something that the Lord has used to minister to me tremendously, coming from the world, coming from the secular industry, at the same time hustling, womanizing, you name it, pistol toting. And a friend of mine used it to plant seeds. He would minister to me on his own, but he knew that my love for music, he found somebody who was dope, the truth, and figured, you know, hey, this guy, I can also use this as a tool. And man, I would listen to Truth's music as I would clean my room, because he took me to his album release party, bought me a CD. Female actually took me to the album release party. My man was there. She bought me the CD. But Christian hip hop is essential. I feel like it's important. Why do I say this? Because I'm actually out here. We're using it. It's been an effective tool. I've probably been on like 8 tours in the past 4 years, and maybe more than that. And to reach a couple thousand people with the gospel, seeing them respond, seeing them at other shows afterwards, and they're like, man, I responded to an altar call at your show 3 years ago. So no credit to us, but to see the Lord actually use it in a powerful way. Why do I feel like the title is essential? It is super essential. That whole don't put me in a box crap, stop it. Because if there were no Christian hip hop title, I would have to get through the Yachties, through the all these dudes. As I'm searching for something that's edifying, I would have to get through all this stuff that's tempting to listen to. My flesh is already used to it. My flesh already can relate to the content. So I would have to get through all of these dudes to find a Stephen Malcolm. I would have to get through all these dudes to find a Zonti. Guess what? We would never find them. They would be lost. They don't have the budget to get their music heard like that. You wouldn't find a Datin. You wouldn't find a Bizzle. You would find a lethal Bizzle from overseas. You would find somebody with a bigger budget. So it is essential. So now, when you type up Christian hip hop, who pops up? You get the Craze, you get the Andys, you get the Bizzles, you get the Datins, the Derek Miners, the KBs. And it's music that's God honoring, God glorifying. So stop your crap with your we don't need the box joint. Because, and if you disagree, at me, we could discuss it. You know what I'm saying? Triple D, aka
Christian hip hop is
Define it.
Christian hip hop is hip hop, in my opinion, in its purest and holiest form. It's an opportunity for us to extol Jesus Christ and our music through the beats, through the expressions, through the rhymes, and I think it's a beautiful art form, man. Real talk.
CHH, Christian hip hop is a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Just like hip hop is a lifestyle. What do you rep when you're repping hip hop? You're repping all the different things, graffiti, breakdancing, all the different elements of hip hop. But what is Christian hip hop? It's still that. It's still hip hop culture, but now you got a bigger calling on your life. Jesus calls us to go out there and make disciples. He calls us to live differently. Galatians 5 and 6, talking about the fruit of the Spirit. That should all be a part of Christian hip hop. Your life in Christ, you being a Christian, that should be in your music. Your struggles, your pain, what Christ is teaching you, that should all be in your music. Just like you're going to hear about selling drugs and clubbing and doing all this stuff that's in your secular life. When you get saved, man, I want to hear about what God is telling you to do, what God is teaching you, what the Spirit is giving you. That's what Christian hip hop is to me. That's what CHH is. At its very core, it's got to be about Jesus. It's got to be about Christ. 100.
Second one, is there a reason that it must be classified Christian hip hop? Or do you think it would be best just without the title, considering someone who plays it and has been around it for decades?
Should it be called Christian hip hop? Do we need the Christian title? I struggle with this. I go back and forth. I want to see CHH as a genre and as a community grow, and I want to see a foundation in CHH. But I know there's a part of me that sees the restraints that gives CHH, and it restrains artists, like Lecrae and NF, guys that have gotten a huge mainstream platform by not really claiming CHH, but not really leaving their faith. Like, I really struggle. Like, I don't have an answer. Like, I think both. I think that Christians should make music about their lives and about what God is doing in their lives. And if they blow up mainstream, then let God use you there. But if you're called to be in CHH and build that platform and build that community, then I think that needs to be built too. And I think that there's room for both. That's really my honest answer, and I go back and forth.
Well, it could be two ways. I don't know how to describe it. It could be a Christian that makes music, or it could be music for Christian people. So it's what you make of it.
I don't know. Y'all tell me. Are y'all confused? Do you think we got a good description? Do you think we've simplified it, overstated it? Do you think we need a little more clarity? I don't know. You've been hearing a lot about what is Christian hip hop. Share this with a friend, like this video, comment at the bottom. Tell me if you can shorten it up. Give me a simple definition, because the next video, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna break it down to the fullest according to my 20 years of experience, 22 actually, of being in the Christian hip hop genre. I'm gonna spend some time, I'm gonna chart this thing out, because I think it's important that we understand Christian hip hop to the fullest and what it means to be a Christian hip hop artist. Catch y'all next time. Peace.